Okay, guys, so today I've got on Vincent, and it's actually his 15-year-old birthday today. So everyone just write the happy birthday to Vincent down in comments. But Vincent, could you just start off by telling the people what you do?
I run a Twitter ghostwriting agency, and we expanded onto LinkedIn. But yeah, just an agency owner.
Okay, so you said you did ghostwriting, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Could you explain to the people a bit about what that is?
yeah. So essentially, there's people who want to build their personal brand on platforms like Twitter, and so we write on behalf of other people, and we write tweets for them, threads, and all of that, and we grow, others' personal brands.
You said you had an agency model, right? So
Yep.
does that mean you have a team, and what roles do you have on that team, or who have you hired?
Yeah, so it's actually pretty recently that I have a team because I was just doing it by myself for the longest time, just writing all the tweets and all that. And then yeah, so I have a pretty small team. It's like a small, like lean team. So I have one writer, and I'm actually gonna hire a second writer soon. But for now, one writer. I have one virtual assistant, and I have one appointment setter. So I have three people on my team.
Yeah, okay. And how did you find hiring people? Because if you don't know, I'm a video editor, and I've actually tried to go from being just a freelancer to more of a agency model. But honestly, I had a bit of a hard time hiring. So how have you found hiring? Was it pretty easy for you? And where did you find these people also?
Yeah, so hiring is really difficult, man. It's probably it's definitely one of the harder things to do, as an agency owner. And so some advice I would give for hiring is just like, yeah, it's so difficult. Because there's 99% of people that are gonna apply for you are so like unqualified, and just in general for any agency. And so it just takes time. It takes time finding the right people. Um, I would advise to network a lot because if you network a lot, then there's people you trust. They might refer you better people. But hey, it just takes time, bro. It's pretty difficult, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. But yeah, I want to get into more details on that. But could you just right now just talk a bit about your journey and how you ended up here and started writing and yeah, just your journey.
Yeah, so I guess when I was like 12, all right, like maybe I was just 13. No, yeah, I was 13. So essentially, I tried drop shipping, and so we all failed at that, right? I mean, drop shipping. So, failed at that, and then I started doing a short form content agency, and so that actually worked out fine. I was making like 1 or 2 grand a month, but I was doing everything myself, and I didn't know what an agency was at that time because I was like 13, right? So, I was getting burnt out, and so I shut it down. And I was making like a grand or two a month at like 13, which isn't bad at all. And yeah, so then after that, I joined the real world, like Hustlers University, and I started doing email copywriting. All right, for 6 months, I made $0. And so when people like look at me now, right, they think I'm young. I had just started this or whatever. I made $0 working like 4 hours a day, not a single penny ever, for email copywriting. And so I was using Twitter to get clients, and then I realized like I'm better at writing tweets than I am writing emails. So I'm just gonna write tweets for other people, and so that's like pretty much what I do now. It's a bit more refined, but that's just like the basics of yeah what I do, pretty much.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy, Vincent. That you earned 1 or 2K at 13. That's pretty crazy. I've also tried dropshipping when I was maybe 13, 14, and I also failed immediately.
Yeah.
But how much are you actually making right now, or with this new agency you've got?
Yeah, so recently, I mean, it's dropped a bit right now, around 7K a month, pretty consistently. And obviously, I'm expecting to scale more because I joined Client Ascension and whatnot, and just all of these. But right now, yeah, 7K a month approximately in revenue.
That's really crazy at your age. I must say that's really impressive. So really respect. And how does it work? Like, how many clients do you have, and how much can you charge for your service? And maybe also, what exactly is your service? Do you do all of the tweets or post on LinkedIn, or yeah?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
does the process look like?
So four clients right now, and so yeah, they're all on kind of like custom offers. And so I guess what we do, it's a completely done for you service. So we manage. So for most people, our main offer is X and LinkedIn, right? But most people are just one platform. So it's two clients are on LinkedIn and two clients are Twitter. And so what we do is we write posts for them, one completely done for you, and we also engage for them. We comment on other creators. We respond to all their comments, And on top of that, some of them we also do lead generation for them because we book calls for them and whatnot. And so yeah, it's a completely done for you service, essentially getting them leads and followers through content.
Okay, and when you say you get do lead generation, what does that consist of? Is it do you do any outreach for them, or is it just inbounds you get?
Yeah, so I would say so for basically our standard offer to just inbound, and so that's been working pretty well. And so for one of our clients, we introduce outbound on top of that. So we're doing outbound for him, basically handling that completely as well, and booking calls for him through DMs and outreach, LinkedIn DMs, and so it's working really well. And it's worked out so well. I'm considering adding it on to the standard offer, but then we'd have to charge a lot of money and just like, kind of difficult to, like charge that much for that. So for now, it's basically we're just booking calls through content.
And who are your clients? Is it coaches? Is it just business owners? Like what? Who are your clients?
I think every single one, yeah, an agency owner, every single one.
How do you find these clients and also land them? Is it from your own ex you do outreach, or how do you land all those clients?
Yeah, so I would say it's a bit of everything, really. So number one is referrals. That's a great one, obviously. My clients recommending me to other people. That's good. And the other one, yeah, Twitter DMs. Like people say cold DMs are dead on Twitter. Um, they're not dead, all right. But if you do them wrong, then yeah. But so essentially, here I'm gonna leak some sauce right here. All right. So this is sauce. Okay. So I provide free work up front. They don't know who I am, and I just send them a free thread. All right, and I do like 5 or 10 of them a day, which is a lot. And yeah, it's pretty much how I get most of my clients. And also I just started cold email, and I have like 47 sending accounts. So I'm doing like 1,000 or 1,500 cold emails per day, and so I think that's gonna perform well.
Okay, one thing I just thought about is like you just turned 15 and you clearly know what you're talking about. So how do you know all this stuff? Is it just joining courses, programs, mentorships? Like how have you gained all this knowledge?
Experience. I would say it's a vast majority of it because actually no, yeah. So I would say here, yeah, because I've invested. I would say I've invested well over $10,000 into coaching and mentorship. So yeah, it's a lot. I think that is good, but I'll also give it to a lot of experience. Um, yeah. So yeah, I would say like half of it was through like coaching and mentorship. Just like people who know more than me buy their time like via consulting calls and whatnot, and experience. Because I'm gonna tell you this, I like dude, dude, for me, I learned really slow because I've been doing it for like 2 years, right? And so I started when I was 12, right? So I was kind of like a disadvantage in a sense because one thing is everyone's like, oh yeah, I wish I started earlier. I wish I started earlier, right? Dude, like 6 months ago, I sounded like I had such a high pitched voice. I was not able to close anyone. So I did not. So I feel like I'm pretty lucky since I started early. But yeah, just a lot of experience, if I'm being honest, failing.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up on the sales calls. Also, because I've had problems myself when I've hopped on sales calls, and I've actually been a bit scared because I was scared they said something about my age or something. So yeah, I totally get you on that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, since you clearly know how to grow an X, could you just share maybe some tips on how to grow your own personal account?
All right, yeah, so this is super simple, all right? And so most people, because like a lot of people say that growing X is just luck, really. But I used to have an account with like 6,000 followers, and it was pretty big, and so it got suspended. And so then I just regrew my account to like what is it at now? 1,200 followers in like 26 days, right? And so 100% organically, right? No major shout outs. I just grew it organically. And so I'm gonna tell you exactly how, all right? The first thing you want to do, and this is where most people get it wrong, you need to be engaging with other people at least 30, 40 times a day. All right, comment on other posts. All right. So that's one. And then two, you need to write good content, bro. I feel like that's actually no, that's where most creators mess up because they're just writing bad content. And obviously, right, if you're a beginner on Twitter, your content is going to suck. But like to be honest, you should need to write like more platitude and growth based content when you're starting. And so, yeah, and then so that's two. And then the third tip is respond to every single one of your comments as fast as possible. if you write good content, engage with other creators, and respond to all your comments, you're going to grow, like without a doubt. All right. And so I do this for clients still to this day. It's never failed if you do all those three things correctly.
Okay, and are there some type of posts you've seen are especially good for growth? For me, example, I've found that giveaways work really well for me, and also
Yep.
just sharing results and my journey and also struggles. So, have you found any specific type of post that does really well on X?
So yeah, giveaways are fantastic. Really good actually. I would recommend for anyone to do giveaways. And so, the best thing too. So a lot of my growth, or not a lot, but I've gotten. It's definitely helped me with giveaways, right? I've done giveaways to get me followers, and so since I get followers, I do giveaways on how to get more followers. So it's just like a never-ending cycle of getting more followers, and yeah. So giveaways are great, and I guess yeah, just sharing your journey. Like sharing the wins, sharing the losses, those always work great. And yeah, there's not really one way to grow on Twitter, but yeah, just posting, yeah, sharing your journey, giveaways, giving value, all that. Stories as well. Stories work really well too.
Something I've also started really thinking about is make it engaging for the people reading it. So you could add a picture or just like do so it looks nice, the tweet looks nice, and also numbers work really well. When I put how much I've earned, um, at 15, for example, I said I had my first 3K a month. That did really well because I had a number, both 15 years old, which of course was impressive. Not as impressive as you, of course, but still pretty impressive. But yeah, that's worked really well. Um, and something else I just thought about also is how does like your classmates, and do they know about all this, and how, if they do, how do they react? And yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I really don't talk about it. Not many people know. Some people like a lot of people know me because rumors spread and whatnot. People know that I make money, but I really don't go into the details about it. I'm just like, a normal guy, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like, if I'm always just talking about money, it kind of like throws me off, to like, other people. So I really don't say much about it. But my closest best friends, they obviously know it. They think it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, almost no one knew that I earned money online and edited and all that stuff. And then I started telling people from my class, and honestly, I would just recommend you just keep it to yourself because it's it doesn't really add anything to you. It just, yeah, some people would just come with some comments, and yeah, there's no really reason to do it. Only if you want
Exactly.
to seem cool or flex, and yeah, there's
Yeah.
no reason for that either. So, but yeah, how do you plan to scale your agency? Is it just try and get more clients and hiring maybe a bigger team, or getting higher ticket clients? Like, what is your plan, if you have any, for the future?
Yeah. So the first thing, and I think it's the most important, is stack up client results. So get clients good results, turn them into case studies, put them on the website, post them on social media, because social proof is really everything, right? And so that's one. And two, increase the quality of my brand, right? And so these are a bit generic, but um, you know, Gucci makes more money than like, so like would you rather for free get like a Gucci bag or a Walmart bag, right? A Gucci bag because the quality of the brand. And so I kind of want to do that with myself. And so the third is cold email. I really have a lot of faith in that because I know it's a proven method. And so yeah, I really, because cold email has some high quality people. So just ram the outbound, increase volume by 10x, and yeah, just work, put in more hours, hire better people, and yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned cold email. Is there a specific software you use to find the people and also email them, or do you just do it manual yourself?
To get leads, I use ListKit, and so cold email is like you can't start with $0. You need to have like at least 500 to start, to get decent results. And so yeah, so I use ListKit for scraping leads, ListKit, and for sending the emails, I use Instantly. Right, everyone knows that. And so any other ones? Yeah, I think that's the tool stack for cold email pretty much. Yeah, it's really good. So Lisk essentially allows you to scrape, like, like you get to put your exact target audience. So for example, like, which industry it's in, what tools they use, and then you could get like 100,000 leads in like 5 minutes of work, and they're all targeted quality. And so yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. And what would be your advice for anybody that wants to start doing the same as you, if they have almost no experience?
I would say really no one says so. Everyone says like work hard, whatever. And yeah, you need to work hard. So showing up every day and working as hard as you can is the bare minimum. If you can't even do that, you're gonna fail. And after that, I would say is focus on quality, because really no one focuses on quality nowadays. Everyone just does, like a really crappy job, whatever. So if you genuinely make your work as quality as possible, all right, when you're doing outreach, don't just send like a one-liner copy and paste DM. Like provide free work up front. Make your tweets like perfect, all that. And so don't make them perfect, but like, because that's a myth. But like really just constantly improve and put in quality work, because I'm telling you, most people just want to see this as like a get rich quick thing. But if you're in it for the long run, you're gonna win.
Something I actually also noticed with you is you have a really good website, and also your VCL video is really, really good. So yeah, I wanted to praise that. And actually, where did you make that website on? Is it, yeah, what software is that?
I hired someone. I hired my friend Paul. Paul, I'm pretty sure I forgot his Twitter handle. Hold on. I'll mention it later. But yeah, I hired someone because, dude, I'm not a designer. I suck at designing. Dude, that's why I started a ghostwriting agency, not a design agency. But yeah, I hired someone. And so as for the VSL, I also did not edit that myself because, dude, I'm not good at any of this stuff. But yeah, so wait, hold on. The web designer, it's at PJHARTLIEB. So if you're curious, you just want to look it up. A little shout out right there. But yeah, so I just hired people, bro, because I'm not really good at any of that. The one thing I did make is my VSL script. Like, so the words I said, I did that. But I really just hired people.
Yeah, that's of course the way to do it. So yeah, that. But I just noticed it, and it was yeah, really, really good. But yeah, Vincent. So thanks so much for doing this interview. I learned a lot, and I'm sure the audience also learned a lot. So thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.